Hey guys, it's Adradix again with another Woo-Wah or Wuthering Waves video, and who would have guessed? Another Wuthering Waves vid. Kind of been spamming them, and there's going to be a lot more since it's releasing in a few hours right now as of time of recording. And today, or right now, because I already recorded another video before this, we will be focusing on a bare basics beginner guide to Wuthering Waves, which is more shaped around people that never have played Wuthering Waves before, or nobody's played Wuthering. There's people that have played the betas and stuff, but this is more for people that have not played gachas as much, and I'll be translating a lot of the terms for them and kind of giving them a direction on where to go if they've never really played a gacha game before. I've seen a lot of people do guides for people that know the bare basics and have played gacha games, so I'm trying to get anyone who wants to play this game. I know I have a girlfriend that doesn't really play gacha games, and I guess this will be a helpful guide for people like her or people that want to get into gacha gaming, especially with Wuthering Waves. So for the first part, when you load in, you're playing Wuthering Waves, there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be thrown at you. There's combat that you have to worry about. I won't be focusing on actual battle mechanics or fighting in this video. That'll be a whole nother video that I'll record maybe down the line. And this isn't the only guide I plan on making. Again, it's going to be mostly for people that haven't, like the bare bones guide, because people that don't need the guides already know most of the stuff. People that do need guides need the bare basics, I would say, a lot of the time, or there's a community that might. So I'm kind of trying to give those people a decent road to follow. So at the start, you'll see a lot of menus, a lot of tabs to click, and it might be confusing, so we will focus on the ones that matter the most. And for the first tab I'd like to go over would be the quest tab or the missions tab. And for this, the guideline for the most part would be just play the story, try to finish the storyline, catch up, try to get to the ending of that chapter or that release's story, because the story will give you the most experience. This will increase your union level, which is your account level in a way, and this account level will determine a lot of things later down the line, like your character level, that you can level up your individual characters that you get. It'll determine your world level, which is known as phase 3 or soul 3 phase, which will be determining what type of drops you get, the difficulty, essentially, higher difficulty, higher rewards, like most gacha games. And yeah, the main story, I mean, they've reworked the story. I heard it's pretty solid, and that'll give you the most rewards and the most XP or for your union level. But there will be companion missions that act as major side stories or side missions that will give you relatively solid rewards. They'll be a little longer, not as long as the world or the main storyline, but they'll be solid. It'll take a little bit. Most of them will focus on limited characters or specific characters in the story that you most likely will be able to play. And most of the time might be gated on how far you progress in the story, at least later down on the down in newer patches. But it'll just give you further, I guess, lore on the characters or a private little mission with that character, or focus on their backstory, or etc., something like that. And then finally, there's a in that same missions tab, there will be exploration missions that are minor side quests that can vary from task to task, from like kill this thing, go talk to this person, explore this place, and it'll give you okay-ish rewards. They're small minor missions But you can do them when you're around, when you're like nearby. You might as well get it done if you want. Um, and it'll just get you to roam around, get to see the world a little bit better. Additionally, in another tab, there is essentially a guidebook, which is major like guidelines, and this guidebook will tell you to do certain tasks like kill a monster, kill a boss, level up this character, level up a weapon, level up your union level, or something like that, and it'll give you pretty solid rewards. And you'll be doing most of that as you play the story, so it's just something to look out and see if you have anything to claim, or anything you should do to get to the next level of rewards. Finally, I would say one of the most important things that you should focus on doing, at least one of the things you do first when you get on Wuthering Waves, at least after the first day, is to do your daily missions. These daily missions will ask you to do very minor tasks. Some might be, I know in Genshin and in Honkai, it's like log in, use your stamina. I'll go into detail what that means. Kill a monster, do something. And this, by doing a myriad of minor tasks, you'll be able to complete a bar that will give you leveling up, or it'll just give you rewards the more tasks you do until you fill it. And these rewards include the world currency and astrite, which you can convert into your wishing banners. That's how you get characters. And I'll go into that after I go into character leveling up. So when I go into characters and leveling them up, I will not be focusing on someone specifically, but a general guidelines. For the most part, you want to focus on a singular damage dealer. Luca's my singular damage dealer. You can see him, yeah, he hops. But for the most part, damage is key early on, and the more damage you do, the quicker you are going to beat a boss, the less time you have to die, essentially. Once you level up your union level to a degree, you'll be able to level up your character by utilizing resonance potions that you can see. I think I pointed in the wrong direction, but that's fine. I'm really bad at that, but we ignore that. And once you use this resonance potions, it'll give your character an amount of XP, and you'll also have to spend some shell credits, which is the world currency, and you'll get them from missions, from exploration, opening chests. There's a lot of ways to get it, but you will run out of it at some point. There will be a point where you no longer will be able to level up your character without essentially ascending it, and this will need ascension materials, which is dropped by bosses, and it'll allow you to surpass that little level barrier and keep them leveling up. This will happen a few times. And this sort of system will apply to a character's weapon, but it'll utilize different materials, of course. One thing to note is, as I said earlier on, all of this will cost stamina. All your level up materials and your ascension materials will be gated by stamina, and this takes time to recuperate. So IRL, in real life minutes, actually hours to reset all your stamina. And you'll see in this, right now you see this challenge screen, and this is all the things you can use your stamina for, essentially. But now you may be asking, how do I get characters, right? And now we're on to the most exciting part of gachas. Gambling your goddamn life away, right? Yippee! Money! Spend it! Don't, if you are not financially capable. Be safe with your money. I will repeat that over and over again. But at first, you will see there are several banners. There will be a beginner or novice convene, which is going to be your go-to banner at the start. It'll disappear after you pull, essentially 40 times, as this banner will give you a 5-star after 50. I want to say 50 pulls, but every 10 pull you do is discounted by 20%. So you want to save up and not single pull on this banner. You need to do 10 pulls. It'll only cost you 40 if you do 10, or 5-10 pulls essentially. So do not do single pulls on this banner, please. And then once you get your 5-star, you will look and you will see there will be another banner that is also essentially another beginner banner that will give you a 5-star selector after 50 pulls, or no, sorry, 80 pulls, I believe. But you can get that early, of course, if you're lucky. But at 80, like, that is pity meaning you are guaranteed a 5-star or a premium character, and you will be able to choose from the standard banners. And my recommendation, if you don't get Verena, or I don't know how to say her name, you would select her, because she is a support, and notoriously in most gacha games, she's also a healer, but her supporting capabilities are really good, really powerful. She's a buffer. She buffs attack and overall damage, I believe, on top of healing and resurrecting a character every 10 minutes, if I remember correctly. But other than that, supports notoriously throughout a lot of gacha games do not get power crept that quickly. Power creep meaning as time passes, a new character will replace the old character and will be better, stronger, faster, cooler, hotter, sexier. What else? That's probably all of it. But yeah, essentially power creep is the beginning characters aren't going to be as strong, so usually damage dealers are going to be power crept first. So I do not recommend pulling a Jihan's banner, because he will be power crept eventually. But if you like him, pull for him. He is the limited time banner, and that will utilize Radiant Tides, which is the limited time banner wishes, and you can convert your Astrite to these limited time banners. So that is the only thing you want to use your Astrite on, is the limited time banner wishes. Again, there's going to be a standard banner, which will give you just the standard 5 stars. You will never use your Astrite for these limited time pulls. Please, for the love of God, do not use your Astrite for these limited time banners. Or, I mean, sorry, for the standard banners. You will get the lustrous. Do use your lustrous tides. You will get them from playing the game, by playing the story. Do not use your Astrite, please, for the love of your mother and your father, if you have one. Do not use your Astrite on standard banners. Use it on the premium banners. They will go away after a while, and those standard banners will always be there. The premium ones are not. And each banner will have a weapon and a character banner, and the weapon will always go to that character, at least for the premium. The limited time banner, the standard banner will you get to choose, essentially. And the good thing about the weapon banners is you are guaranteed that weapon. You are guaranteed. You cannot lose the gamble, essentially. I mean, you could get it early. You can get it in like 1 pull. That'd be crazy. Or you can go to pity, which is the max amount before you're guaranteed it. Or the max, then you're guaranteed it. But you cannot lose a weapon banner, which is so huge. You do not if you haven't played Genshin, you would not understand how huge this is, because you essentially have to do that 3 times on a weapon banner in Genshin to guarantee the weapon you want. And that, it's a lot of wishes that you are most likely going to waste. So just be careful. Be knowledgeable. Look up the characters, see if they're good. If you like them, then get them. That's fine. It ultimately depends on what you like, right? But as you pull for these characters or these weapons, you'll slowly accumulate these things called Ocelite or Afterglow Chloral, and these will be exchangeable for resources, weapons, I believe, and even copies for other 5-star characters. Why would you want to get a copy of the same character you have? Well, essentially, these copies will increase your resonance chain, which is, if you played Honkai and Genshin, this is your constellations or your Eldians. And ultimately, the more copies you have of this character, the stronger they will become by either a pure stat increase or a new skill unlocked, depending on how many like resonance chains you have. But I will warn you, it is not necessary to pull for more copies. And you get them from pulling the banner as well. If you pull on the same banner multiple times and you get the same character multiple times, it'll count. But I just want you to be wary and be like safe with your money. If you're financially capable or incapable in this case, do not waste your money. Do not spend your money. Save your smackaroos. Your dinero is very important if you need it to live. However, if you are willing and capable and in a position to spend money, you can enter the store. This little tab. And here you'll be berated by a handful of options that you really don't know what the hell is happening. But there will be a monthly Astrite subscription right here that will give you a certain amount of Astrite daily. They do not stack on top of each other in terms of getting double the rewards each day, but they do just stack in the term that it'll just add another 30 days or however long. Usually it's 30 days. This in my opinion is probably the most bang for your buck. Oh, if you're going to continuously play, you're just going to get a continuous stream of new pulls, and you use this on the premium banner, not the standard banner. Right, guys? But you will also be able to see a premium battle pass that will give you rewards for fulfilling certain tasks that kind of goes in line with your dailies sometimes. If you complete a certain amount of dailies, I'm not too sure, but I would presume those are going to be linked like most gacha games. And the battle pass will just give you leveling up materials. There's just the free one will give you level up requirements or rewards or materials, money, some pulls occasionally, and the premium just gives you essentially like maybe triple that, a good amount times what you normally get for that like level of completion. And this one is also pretty worth it if you are going to continuously play and finish that battle pass, because resource materials are going to be very costly to get. After a while, you're going to spend a lot of it leveling up your characters. And then finally, in the store, you will see Lunite at various price ranges, probably max being around 100, I think. And this is your premium currency, which can be converted to Astrite, and you'll turn that into pulls. And I know Kuro, or at least in Punishing Grey Raven, another Kuro game, the developer of Wuthering Waves, have made skins in the past. I know in Genshin you can use this Lunite, or in their case it's, I don't remember, but the premium currency that you get from buying it, you can buy skins with it. So potentially maybe in the future they'll release skins and you could use that for that, but it's a cosmetic. It won't change your gameplay, just change how you look. But this will be converted into Astrite for the most part. 9 out of 10 times you're going to want to convert it. And one thing before you just got that. And one thing to note is that your purchase, or your first purchase, will give you a top-up bonus, which will essentially double the amount of Lunite you will get from that specific price point. It only happens once at each price point. It'll be like, there'll be a $5 one, like a $10, $20, $40, or $50, or $100, something like that. It'll only happen for that one time that you buy it for the first time. At $1, it'll double that $1. $10, it'll double that 10, and so forth. Only once. It might reset when the anniversary comes out, like in other games. In Honkai and Genshin, they reset during anniversary events, so you'd have to wait another year to get double, but just keep that in mind if you are going to spend money. If you are capable, be responsible with your money. However, I will be moving on to the final and arguably most complex topic that would honestly need a whole nother video to explain in detail, which I will do tomorrow, I think. But I will give you the basics of echoes, and echoes are essentially your equipment that you can put on a character, aside from your weapon. And you have a chance of getting them by going through the world and killing creatures, or killing monsters, or killing bosses. So, pro tip, kill everything in sight. Be a murder hobo and kill everything. There's a chance you will get an echo. And these echoes will vary from rarity, from green, green, blue, purple, and gold. And gold obviously being the best, and green being the worst. And I'm saying indolent, but it's fine. Gold will allow you to level up to level 25, I believe, and blue will be max at 10 or 5. I'm not too sure how the system, that's why I have to make a whole nother video. I'd have to write notes on it. I can't do it off the top of my head, but the higher tier, the higher you can level it up, and the better the stats are going to be. But to get higher tier rarity, you're going to need to upgrade your data bank to increase the chances of getting those more rare creatures. And then, once you do this, this will be done by getting your union level up, by catching the creatures multiple times. Higher the rarity, the more your data bank is gonna level up. So you just gotta catch them all. Catch them all, baby. And once you equip these echoes, there will be set bonuses. So of the same echo, if you put multiple on the character, you have a chance to get a set bonus, which go from a set bonus of 2 or 4. You'll have 5 slots, essentially. So you have wiggle room. Each echo will have a stat that you upgrade by spending, as you can see, these little energy tubes. I advise to, at the beginning, only upgrade echoes with good stats for the character to a lowish level, like 5. Max, I would do 10. And sit on it until you can get better rarity echoes, and this will be done by increasing your data bank and just playing throughout the story and catching everything. Because you do not want to waste your level up materials. As I said, they will disappear like that. I can't snap on that finger, but they will disappear like that. And even if you get a god tier yellow echo, do not level it to max. Level it to like 20 at like max, level it at 20, because from 20 to 25, or like those later levels, are going to take exponential amounts of your material to level up. That's the basics for the echoes. Wait, there's more. There are shiny echoes, which work like Pokemon, essentially. They're just more rare versions of that creature. And once you catch one, again, all their stats are randomized, so they can just be dog shitters and just be shitty little Pokemon that are shiny and look cool. But the good thing about Wuthering Waves is that they essentially made it a permanent skin that you can put on any echo of the same like type, or that same creature later down the line. So even if that shiny is dog shit and you eventually are going to just kill it and feed it to another echo to level it up, that echo will be able to be shiny. Well, it has to be the same echo, like the same type of echo, like the same monster. I think that's the basics. I will go into echoes. I do not want to confuse you on top of how confused you already are probably at this point. And my final golden rule for Wuthering Waves, or honestly any gacha game, is have fun. Enjoy the game at your pace. Do what you want to do. If it's catch Pokemon, and just kill everything. Go shiny hunting. Do the story or explore. In the end, Wuthering Waves is a game, and games are meant to be enjoyed. So I do appreciate it if I help, if I can English, but I also do appreciate if you like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe give me some ideas if you want any other things to be covered in detail, which I will probably be going into battle, echo, echoes, and not sure what else I'll go into detail, but those are the two things I will focus on after this. But have fun, weathering waves, weather your waves, and I will see you next time. Bye.